Hello.
Hi.
Who are you here to see?
Oh, I'm here to see Alex Eala.
We have a little something for you. Here is a signed ball from
No
her.
way! Oh my gosh! Thank you! Thanks! Hi Alex! Mabuhay! And good luck! I love you! Okay, bye!
It happens in less than 3 seconds. A ball tossed into a sea of hands. A scream. A hug. A phone camera shaking because the person holding it can't quite believe what just landed in their palm. For most people in that crowd, it's just a tennis ball, rubber, felt, a little scuffed from practice, but for one fan, on one ordinary afternoon before a second-round match at the US Open, that ball became something else entirely, a piece of history, signed by the player who has spent the last 2 years turning the Philippines into a tennis nation almost overnight. Her name is Alex Eala, and this is the story of the ball, the fan, and everything that led up to that one small, generous moment. Picture the scene. It's just before her second-round match at the US Open. The players are warming up, going through their pre-match rituals, the specific way they bounce the ball before serving, the towel draped over the shoulder, the quiet focus that most fans never get to see up close. And then, in the middle of that routine, something shifts. Alex notices someone in the crowd. Maybe it's a sign, maybe it's the unmistakable sound of a Filipino flag being waved, or a chant in Tagalog cutting through the general noise of a New York crowd. Whatever it is, she makes a decision in that instant. She's going to give this fan something they will never forget. She signs the ball. She finds a way to get it into their hands. And just like that, an ordinary person becomes the center of a story that will be shared, reposted, and celebrated by tennis fans and Filipinos around the world. The WTA's own social channels picked up the moment, describing simply how a lucky fan had scored a special signed tennis ball just before Alex's match began. Short, simple, and completely genuine, no press release, no marketing push, just a young athlete, before one of the biggest matches of her career, taking a few seconds to make a stranger's day. It is, on the surface, a small gesture, but small gestures from someone at Alex's level rarely stay small. They ripple outward. They become symbols. And in Alex Eala's case, this ripple is part of a much bigger wave that has been building for years. To understand why one signed tennis ball could mean so much, you have to understand who is signing it. Alex Eala is not just another rising player on the WTA Tour. She is, in many ways, a walking milestone. Every match she plays, every title she chases, adds another line to a story that has never existed before in Philippine sports history. She grew up dreaming of exactly this: international courts, global crowds, her name on a scoreboard next to some of the best players in the world. Like so many athletes from countries without an established tennis infrastructure, her path wasn't smooth or guaranteed. It took relocation, sacrifice, and years of development within one of the sport's most respected academy systems before she ever got the chance to test herself against the tour's elite. And when that chance came, she didn't just compete, she climbed. By the middle of 2026, Alex had already become the first Filipino to win a WTA Tour-level singles title, a milestone that took her career from promising to historic in a single tournament. That win came against a top 3 player in the world, a result that would have been a career highlight for almost any player on tour, and for Alex, it arrived as confirmation of everything her fans had believed about her for years. The victory also pushed her ranking to a new high, making her the highest-ranked Filipino player in WTA Tour history. For a country with a comparatively small tennis tradition, that number wasn't just a statistic. It was proof of concept, proof that a kid from the Philippines could not only reach the tour, but win on it, and keep climbing. That if you've watched any of Alex Eala's matches over the past 2 years, you've probably noticed something unusual for a player still building her ranking: the crowds. Not just the number of people, but the intensity. The flags. The chants that carry across entire stadiums, sometimes even when she's playing in a country far from home. Filipino tennis fans have developed a reputation on tour, and it isn't subtle. At tournaments in North America, fans have shown up in costumes, waved flags nearly as tall as themselves, and turned ordinary early round matches into events that feel like home games. One fan, dressed in an inflatable dinosaur costume with a Filipino flag draped over his shoulders, became so well known for his enthusiasm that Alex herself began shouting him out by name in post-match interviews, calling him her perfect fan and praising the energy he brought to the stands. This isn't just noise. It's part of what makes Alex's rise different from a typical tour ascent. She isn't just building a ranking, she's building a movement, one that follows her from city to city, tournament to tournament, turning her matches into cultural moments as much as sporting ones. And Alex has been vocal about how much that support means to her. After a win over a highly ranked opponent at a tournament in New Zealand, she reflected on the overwhelming presence of Filipino fans in the crowd, saying it felt deeply personal to have so many of her countrymen there. She spoke about a lesson she said she learned the year before, that home isn't necessarily a place, but the people who show up for you, wherever you happen to be playing. That mindset explains a lot about moments like the signed ball at the US Open. When you understand your fans as an extension of home, giving one of them a small piece of yourself before a match isn't a marketing gesture. It's closer to a family gesture, the kind of thing you do for someone who has traveled a long way, waited a long time, and shown up anyway, rain or shine, early match or a match pushed back to the last slot of the day. The US Open ball wasn't an isolated incident. If you go looking, you'll find a pattern, a long trail of moments where Alex has taken the time, often in the middle of match preparation or immediately after a grueling 3-set battle, to connect with the people who came to watch her. After her historic title-clinching win over a top American player earlier in the season, footage circulated online of Alex signing autographs for a crowd of ecstatic fans who had just witnessed her make history in real time. What stood out to many who watched the clips wasn't just her willingness to stay and sign, it was how carefully she managed the crowd herself. She could be heard gently telling fans not to push, asking for patience, making sure everyone got their moment without anyone getting hurt in the crush. In one particularly memorable clip from that same signing session, a fan offered her a Philippine flag to autograph. Alex politely declined. It wasn't a rejection of the fans' enthusiasm, quite the opposite. Many viewers online recognized it as a sign of her awareness of the flag and heraldic code of the Philippines, which outlines proper respect and handling of the national flag, including guidance around writing or marking on it. Fans praised her instantly for the small but meaningful decision, with many commenting that even while representing the country abroad, she still carried that respect for its symbols. It became its own small viral moment, not because of what she signed, but because of what she chose not to. That contrast is worth sitting with for a second. In the same signing session, in the same few minutes, Alex demonstrated two things that might seem like they pull in different directions but actually come from the same place: generosity toward her fans, and respect for what her country's symbols mean. She gave freely: tennis balls, merchandise, time, attention, but she also knew where to draw a careful, thoughtful line. Videos from tournaments as far apart as Toronto and cities in Brazil show the same through line. Crowds waiting outside practice courts. Fans holding up items, balls, shirts, photos, sometimes just scraps of paper, hoping for a signature or a wave. And more often than not, Alex finds a way to give them something, even in the chaos of tournament schedules where every minute is usually accounted for by coaches, trainers, and media obligations. So why did this one moment, a single signed ball, tossed into a crowd seconds before a match, spread the way it did? Part of it is timing. The US Open is one of the sport's biggest stages, and any human moment captured there tends to travel further than the same moment at a smaller event. Cameras are everywhere. Fans are recording constantly, hoping to catch exactly this kind of unscripted interaction. But part of it, too, is what the moment represents about Alex specifically. By now, her fans don't just expect her to win matches, they expect her to notice them, to see the flags, to hear the chants, to remember that behind every ticket sold and every seat filled, there's a person who saved up, traveled, and waited for a chance to feel close to someone they admire. When she takes 3 seconds out of her warm-up to sign a ball and get it into the right hands, she's not just performing a nice gesture for the cameras. She's reinforcing something her fans have believed about her for a while now, that success hasn't changed the fundamentals of who she is. That even as her ranking climbs and her profile grows internationally, she still treats the people in the stands as something more than a backdrop. There's also something powerful about the specific object itself. A signed program or a signed shirt is nice, but a tennis ball, the very object she just used in warm-up, the tool of her trade, carries a different kind of intimacy. It's not a piece of merchandise manufactured for the occasion. It's something that was, moments earlier, part of the match itself. Handing that to a fan is handing them a literal piece of the competition, something that was in play just before it became a keepsake. It's easy to underestimate how much a single athlete can mean to a country that hasn't had many reference points in a particular sport. For millions of Filipino tennis fans, Alex Eala isn't just a talented young player working her way up a ranking list. She is proof, living, breathing, currently ranked in the top 20 proof, that a Filipino athlete belongs on the same courts as the players they grew up watching on television. That's part of why moments like the signed ball carry so much emotional weight. It isn't only about one fan's lucky afternoon. It's a stand-in for what millions of others feel when they watch her matches from home, the sense that they, too, are somehow part of this journey, even from thousands of miles away. Social media reactions to the clip reflected exactly that. Comments poured in thanking her, celebrating her, and, as has become something of a tradition around her matches, sending well wishes regardless of the result. The tone of the original post captured that spirit simply: gratitude for the fight, gratitude for the effort, win or lose. That sentiment matters. Filipino sports culture has long carried a specific kind of resilience in how it supports its athletes, celebrating effort and heart as much as outcomes. Alex's rise has tapped directly into that tradition, and small moments like the signed ball reinforce the emotional contract between her and her audience. She gives everything she has on court, and she takes care of the people who show up to watch her do it. As Alex Eala's career continues to climb, moments like this one are likely to keep happening and keep getting captured, shared, and celebrated. Every tournament brings a new set of fans hoping for their own version of the signed ball moment. Every match brings new opportunities for those small gestures that end up meaning far more than their size suggests. What makes this particular story worth telling isn't just the ball itself. It's what the ball represents: a young athlete who has managed to carry the weight of being a first Filipino WTA Tour-level singles champion, highest-ranked Filipino in WTA history, without losing the instinct to notice the person in row 12 holding up a sign with her name on it. There will be bigger wins ahead. Bigger titles, bigger rankings, bigger stages than even the US Open. But if the pattern holds, there will also be more small moments like this one, more signed balls, more paused warm-ups, more fans walking away from a stadium not just having watched a match, but having been seen by the player they came to support. In the end, it really was just a tennis ball, rubber, felt a little scuffed from warm-up. But somewhere in the Philippines, and somewhere in that crowd at the US Open, one fan is holding on to something worth far more than that. And for Alex Eala, it was 3 seconds well spent.